spread me of the morning, and she's seated in the studio. Ernestina Dika is the CEO of Tina Ewoe Fish Store, and she's also a development communicator. Ernestina, good morning to you. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning, Helen.
Good morning. How was your journey coming in this morning?
Accra and it's traffic, but it was okay.
Okay, not too bad.
No, it was manageable.
Manageable.
Yeah.
What do you think about this LI that is seeking to be introduced so that parliamentarians can whiz through the traffic and get to their destinations?
I don't think it's going to help any of us because we are all in a hurry to go somewhere.
Exactly.
So I don't know where they want to jump and get ahead of us. No,
and sometimes too, they'll be called to parliament, and only a few of them are there.
Yeah, and even now we've noticed some accidents that occur with our MPs, even with the president and the vice president, with their entourage when
That's
they're going.
right.
So why do you even want to give them that law that allows them to do that? I mean, it's rather going to endanger their lives and also the lives of other motorists, and I don't think it's going to help.
I agree. That's a good point, because in recent times we've seen that their convoys and entourage have been getting into some accidents already. It's reckless enough.
Exactly.
Then to add this LI, pass it into law. Oh, getting to work is going to be something else. But I'm happy that you were able to brave the traffic and make your way here.
Thank you.
Already the studio is filled with some delicious smells. You are a fish lady. But before we get into, what you do on that front, all the tips and tricks for those wanting to also get into that business, you also do development communication.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. What is that all about?
So, like Johnny said, I have a master's in development communication.
Oh, you are a senior woman.
I think I'm senior to 60s. I finished my MA before he came.
Because I see.
Yeah, but Johnny is my senior.
Oh, I hope you were able to bully him.
No, I finished. It's a year. It's a year. So I was done before he came. So,
I see. Unfortunate. Next time, pick a 2-year course so that you can really, on average, masters last what? Is that the average lifespan?
Yeah, so we have a year. And if you do an MPhil, it's 2 years.
I see.
Yes.
See, I haven't ventured past law school, undergrad and a legal practice diploma. Those of you that like to pursue higher learning, I can only say Aiko, poring over books. I mean, I love to research, but for somebody to grade me, I'll grade myself.
Yeah.
Do you know the secret billions? They said, don't push me, I'll go myself. Okay, so why did you enter that field?
Yeah, so development communication is all about communicating to bring about development, essentially. So I feel I like to help humanity in one way or the other. So anything I can do to further the cause of humanity, that is what I want to do. And human development is very important, social development as well. So that is why I ventured into it. Yeah.
So people who would typically undertake this course, what are some of the career options, or what sort of career would this person be engaged in?
So most of us can work in the WHO, the UNICEF, so development, anything that has to do with development.
I see.
Yes.
So all about how you communicate effectively, you say, to bring about development.
Yes, in your community, that can also affect the larger country or the world.
Is this a course that, say, politicians should be looking to undertake? Is it specific to that type of communication? Broaden the scope for me.
Yes, so anyone at all can venture into development communication, because it gives you a broader sense of what people are going through. So for politicians who are actually there to serve the people, if they go into this course, I think they will further understand their people and their constituents, and they will be better to serve them. Because for now, majority of them are just doing what they want to do without necessarily seeking the opinions of the community or the constituents. So for development communication, you actually go into the community to find out what their needs are, what exactly they want or their needs, and then you implement some strategies, policies, anything that can further their development. Yeah.
So after doing a master's program like that, could you maybe also go into consultancy?
Yes.
That sort of thing.
Yes.
I think we have a big job for you. If anybody's listening, because in recent times, you've, I'm sure, listened to officialdom, those in positions of leadership speak, and sometimes that element of communication, effective communication, the right kind of communication is missing. Are you also observing that?
Yes, I am. Because majority of them don't go into the community to seek their consent. That's why sometimes the politician will provide, let's say, a toilet or a WC. Meanwhile, in that community, they need roads.
Aha.
So you've not communicated effectively. So you do not know what exactly your constituents want and how to prioritize their needs. It goes a long way to affect you. And so many of them would be like, so I've done this, I've done this, I've done that. For you, are you not appreciative of it? But before you realize, they'll kick them off because that is not what they actually wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And all boils down to communication. Well, let's talk about entrepreneurship and talk about what you do with Tina Ewoe Fish Store. How long has that been in existence?
I think I've been doing it on the low for a long time.
Okay. What is a long time?
A long time would be, so let me start from the genesis. In 2015, 2016, I had the opportunity to serve in Tamale to do my national service there.
Okay.
So when I got there, I realized that, there were smokes. You know, they had smokes like what I'm wearing. And I was coming back after my service and I was like, what can I bring to my people? So I actually went into the community to get someone who actually manufactures it or weaves it. And the price there is lower. But when you come to Accra, it's quite expensive.
Right.
So I got some for my mom, my dad, my siblings, and myself. And we all wore it. And then I posted it. And then from there, I'm like, if you need anything from the north, like the smoke or anything from there, just contact me. So from there, when I also go to Keta, I come from Keta.
Okay.
So when I go to Keta, I make a post that today is market day in Keta. So I am in Keta. So if you need any fish product from Keta, let me know. Just send me your orders. I'll buy them. And then when I come to Accra, I'll give them to you. So that was how it started for me. So for me, essentially, is going into the communities to source for whatever is indigenous over there and bringing it to Accra. Because Accra, things are very expensive. We are a lot.
That's
the population in Accra is a lot. But the fish supply and other things that you find here are few, are limited. So it doesn't serve the larger community. So people price the things higher.
Right.
But when you go to the hinterlands or in the villages, they are, few, but they have a lot of stock.
That's right.
So sometimes they do not even exhaust everything. It could go bad and then they throw it away. So my idea is to source it from them and bring it to Accra, but not to buy things in Accra and sell to people, because then I would add 3 times or 4 times the amount. So I rather buy it from the villages or the neighboring towns, and then I bring it to Accra. So that was how the whole thing started. And then it was social media I was using more of the time.
I see.
Yes. So when I post it, people share, people comment, people place orders, and that was just how it all started. But I'll say in this few months from May, June, July, sales have boomed a lot.
Oh, lunch is on Ernestina then. I like the sound of that. You say sales have boomed. What has made the difference, though, would you say, in the last 3 months?
The difference would be in June, especially, when I decided to do a Father's Day promo.
Okay.
Yes, so the prices were very affordable, very affordable. So one gentleman, Selom, he's quite popular on Facebook. Selom, I think Cello Arts. He has Cello Arts. I don't know if anyone knows him. So shout outs to him. So when I posted fried fish, he shared it and was like, "This fish will really go with some hot play in the morning," and then it exploded.
I see.
I was getting all this. It blew my mind.
Were you able to fulfill all of your orders?
Yes. Actually, I had some stock.
Okay.
I had some stock, and fortunately, that weekend was going to be the market day in Keta. So all I had to do was to reach out to some friends and family to loan me some money, and then I went to get the supply, and then I came back to Accra. Then the following week, I made sure I supplied everybody, and then from there, our friends in the diaspora also saw it, and now I mean, it's crazy.
That's how things expand. And it's not the way you are laughing, India. I know if I open the Momo, I'm going to see something very serious and juicy in there. But what is quite striking is that quite often people will be, like you said, you were doing a national service in Tamale. Others went there, they completed, and then left. But you were seeking to find what was indigenous there, and then bring that down. Have you always had that entrepreneurial spirit, or were you just broke?
No, I wouldn't say I was broke. And I'm not an entrepreneur, actually. I am not.
You don't have that, but you have that entrepreneur. You started with the smock, and then the fish.
So, like I said, development communication. My main idea is to help the people, the indigents.
Okay.
That is my main idea. And that's development communication, like I said.
Right.
Because I want people to be developed, especially financial development. Because the stock is there, but they are not able to sell it to be empowered, to have that financial empowerment. So my idea was not basically to make profit. I don't seek to make profit. Even in this fish business, I don't seek to make profit. It will be surprising to let you know that I go pick the thing at some price and I just put like 10 cedis or 20 cedis on it.
Really?
Just to cater for my transportation. Yeah, so even something that is sold maybe 200 cedis in Accra, I sell it at 180 cedis because maybe I got it at 160 or 150 cedis. So fish stock or anything that you would want to get is actually not really expensive, but when it comes to Accra,
but of course, because you have transportation costs, and in fact today, commiserations to all car owners, and in fact all of us, even if you take public transport, some of that will be deferred onto you. 4%
it hasn't
increment.
Started yet, but it
no, it has started. You can
really?
ask. Sixtus tried to beat it last night. He rushed only to be told, "Citywide, sorry for you. The prices have already gone up." So I mean, that's what traders are telling us these days. But that conversation has also come up, and others are saying that no, people are taking advantage of the times that we live in. Is that something that you think is true?
I would say maybe it's where they get their stock from.
Okay.
So maybe you're buying it from the second or third person who has already increased the price. That's why I said I go there myself. I go there to see things for myself. And then I'll ask for Jara so that you add the Jara. So maybe the Jara could be my profit. When I sell it, that could be my profit. So I wouldn't say that people are pricing things too high. It may be from where they are getting their stock.
But do you think there are some greedy salespeople who are simply hiking up at the prices way higher than they should be?
Yes, but there are so many factors as well. Now the price of packaging, rubber, and all those things are expensive. So they try to add it on it. So 2 days ago, someone in Canada asked me to do some shopping for her. So I had to go and buy a Sanka and all that. So
now you are also able to do that. You source these items for those in the diaspora. And I think that's also something that has become even more popular. And you really say it's a good way to put money in your pocket.
Exactly.
Acting as a personal shopper for those abroad.
Yes. So I'm like, my tag is Ewoe. So is to send in Ewoe. So like send Ewoe. I think I just like to help people because sometimes you may not get the help that you actually need. You may not have family here that you could send on errands for you. So I am here. So send me. So when I go and I get the things for you, all I have to let you know is that you pay for my transportation in and out, carrying of the load and all that.
Right.
Not basically to make profit. But if you want me to ship it to you, you're also going to take care of the shipping cost yourself. Yeah.
So that one is, I guess, separate to the fish business. Or does it go hand in hand?
Yes, it goes hand in hand.
Okay.
So you order for the fish, and if you need anything more from Ghana, you want me to send to you, just let me know, and I'm going to do that.
How easy or difficult is fish exporting?
I would say it's difficult and not difficult because I use some of the courier services and they tell me that fish is allowed in some countries.
Okay.
And in some other countries, it's not allowed. So when I go to this courier service and they don't allow it, I would have to go to another courier service. So we have DHL, we have Ghana Post, and other EMS, when you're sending the items. And surprisingly, someone bought an item from me that cost like 1,800 and he had to pay close to 5,000 cedis for shipment to Canada.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
So the premiums that they put on the shipping alone.
Yes, it's crazy.
And that is based on what weight? The weight of the item. So in fact, the fish or the items were about 1,800 cedis, but just to send it abroad was 5,000 cedis. So how do you combat that kind of thing? Are there ways around it?
The person was willing to pay.
Really?
Yes, so if you are willing to pay, yes. Some people miss home. Yes, some people miss home. So he wanted a lot of items from Ghana, and all of them were fish products, from Momone to Kobe to everything.
Wow.
Yes, so you have to source all those things because he wanted to feel home. So when I told him this is the weight and this was what he was going to pay, he wanted it, so he actually paid for it.
Wow. Paying 5,000 cedis to export goods worth 1,800. But Ernestina, what is the end goal then in terms of, business? I know for you, you say it started out as more of a public good deed. You want to see development in the community. You do development communication. But to sustain a business, one needs money, isn't it?
Yes.
Even if it's for, the greater portion is for public good. Is it your plan to then expand? Apart from just sourcing these products from their indigenous homes, what else are you doing to help those people?
Yeah. So the end goal, like you said, is just to help people. I don't know. I'm not really into the profits. I do other things. So this one is just to help people, especially women.
Okay.
Because we see women at the front when it comes to the fish value chain, even though the men go to the sea to bring the... Yes, but it's the women that work on it major times. So it's just to empower these women. Because the thing can't be in your house and you can't sell them and you can't make money and feed your family. And we know in those places, the women are the ones who actually take care of the home.
You mean financially as well?
Yes, financially as well. And even with the products that they have to use that. So the end goal is not really to make profits, but it's actually to empower these women. And also to one day go there and give them skills and teach them more about how to handle fish.
Okay.
And how to package and how to process and basically export by themselves when the time comes. So it's just all about women empowerment for me for now. And also, I hope one day to get a canoe or someone to run those canoes so that I can actually bring the fish myself.
In fact, now you want to even enter the sea yourself.
Yes,
wow.
Please. I want to be able to source the fish from the sea myself and then get women to work on it for me.
Okay.
Yes.
So those are in your plans at least for the immediate future, or are you thinking long term?
I'm thinking immediate future. Maybe before December.
Okay, so before December, you could have a formalized, shall I say, system of actually empowering these women, get a canoe, get them to go out to sea, teach them how to package, and then subsequently export.
Yes.
I think
because
that's amazing.
the demand is coming. And we all know the benefits of fish, especially the fish that comes from the southern parts of our country. So it has a lot of benefits. This is Henry's. People call it amane, but we call it ajado.
Ajado.
Yes, ajado.
That's the ever name.
Yes, ajado. Okay. And then this is abobi.
Abobi.
Yes.
Which one is abobi
tazi? Yes. So this is what we used to do. The abobi tazi. Yeah, exactly. Yes. So to also supply to restaurants and other eateries as well, so that they would have fresh, authentic, healthy products, fish products. In Accra, I don't really know how they handle the fish or process the fish. But when you go to the market, we know how the market is.
Right.
But I can tell you on authority that when you come to Keta Market, you will not see a single dirt on the floor when you come to Keta Market.
It's pristine.
Very. Just like our sea, our beach.
I mean, that's one thing that is very striking, a big difference. And for those who haven't had a chance to go to Keta, I mean, the beaches are, sparkling, clean.
Yes.
The water is clear.
Exactly.
And you come down here, oh, Charlie.
So you can imagine what the fish is eating in the sea, and then that's what you're also coming to consume. I mean, it's not healthy. So I go to Keta to source it, because
so it's
I
also
know
for the purity factor.
Exactly.
You say that if you are eating fish that is also in infested waters, you could be doing a disservice to yourself. Well, then what do you make of this galamsey issue, which is also threatening aquaculture?
Surprisingly, in our part of Volta,
you don't have those problems.
We are
for
safe.
now. For now, unless somebody decides that they can, get some minerals
and
from the ground.
Some of us will stop them, because I mean, we've enjoyed a lot of fish luxury and we have our peace. We don't want any. We are already suffering from tidal waves. We don't want you to add your galamsey to it.
Well, time check. It is some 9 minutes to the top of the hour, 10 a.m. You're still live here on 3FM Sunrise, on 3FM 92.7. It is Womanpreneur, and we're talking development communication, as well as getting into the fish business. Ernestina is my womanpreneur this morning, and she's been giving us some much needed tips and tricks. So we've talked about the positives, why we all need to be eating more fish, also on your plans for the future as far as empowering more women to take control of their finances. But for those who might be interested in this kind of business, what are some of the pitfalls that they should be aware of? And then we'll talk about business in general.
So for now, I've not encountered any challenge, because all I do is to source it from there and bring it. But sometimes too, it has to do with the price fluctuations we have in the country right now.
Right.
Sometimes you go to so they don't have a stable price, and when it comes to the fish.
Okay.
Yes. So you go today, you get it at this rate. The following week, it's high. They'll tell you.
So is it following the trend of other ingredients and commodities?
Yes.
The price is fluctuating.
Yes.
I see.
Especially for the fried fishes, because they buy oil,
Right.
and they don't produce oil over there, except maybe coconut oil, which they produce. So it has to do with the price, and basically. So yeah.
Now, also in terms of marketing, you talk about the wonders of marketing and social media. In fact, in June, you had a bonanza just by the small fact of a big account sort of retweeting or resharing or reposting your work. How much do you use social media in your business?
I'll say Tina is all about social media.
Okay.
So not everyone, but majority of the people I have interactions with, they know me on Facebook, on social media. I'm a bit loud.
Okay.
On other things, social issues, politics, anything.
That's the developmental communication at work.
Yes,
I see.
Yes. So I use social media because I have a lot of people there that can help, that can promote my work. And I feel social media now is helping to reach out to the larger community, even people who are not in the country. So, I use social media to market. And it's helping me. Instead of me using it to just being loud on the government where maybe they listen or they don't listen, it's better I use it to promote a lot of my work that will get people to buy. So that I can also get money to buy data.
Absolutely.
So that I'll be on social media more.
Well, speaking of social media, why not plug the socials for us so we can find you and also find some yummy, nutritious, ketafied fish? Are you on Instagram and on Facebook? Okay.
Yes, I'm on Instagram and on Facebook as well. On LinkedIn, YouTube, everywhere.
Okay. And how do we find you? What do we put in there?
I used to use Tina Ewoe. But because Mark said we have to monetize, so now my full name, Ernestina Dika.
Ernestina Dika on all of the socials.
Yes,
and then you can get involved. And for what about those who also want to get involved in this sort of advocacy of yours, empowering more women? Will you also be maybe opening it up for those who want to participate or get involved to get involved?
Yes, I'm always available. People have actually reached out to me so that I can maybe go to schools, go to communities to speak. So I'm always available to share my knowledge and also share my communication skills.
Amazing. Ernestina Dika, CEO Tina Ewoe Fish Store, also a development communicator, passionate about social issues. Well, as you know, Womanpreneur is proudly sponsored by a Life Soap and Fortune low-fat spread for bread. And we always give our Womanpreneur some goodies. So, Ernestina, you're going home with some bars of soap, some spread, and some other lovely items. We want to say Ayiko for all of your hard work. You've really given us some tips and tricks. There are so many women looking to be inspired by other women, and I'm sure this morning you've done just that. So thank you so much for your time this morning.